darlings, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel and hope you guys are having a good week. So on today's video, I'm just going to be talking to you guys about finances. So I know you this video is going to be all over the place, but I'll try as much as possible to make it make sense. So if you're not on this channel, you're welcome. My name is Adefemi Shumaski and this is Adefemi Talks. So on this channel, I film about faith, lifestyle, tips, and any other thing to inspire one another. So if you feel like this is something you identify with, please feel free to subscribe to this channel, push the notification bell for more interesting videos such as this. So on today's video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about how much we spend as a family of 3. When I actually had this topic was last year. I was going to film on how much we spend as a family of 2, but as you all know, God added to us, and now so that money has doubled in a way. Apart from the fact that the money doubled, that the amount we spend doubled, the amount also we earn also doubled because God promoted us. And so yeah, that's what this video is all about. This video is going to be in 2 parts, so I had some things written down already, but I'm still going to that it's Adefemi Talks now. I cannot just be sharing the tea. I know you all are nosy, you want to know how much she's earning at V. I cannot just be sharing the tea without we learning 1 or 2 things. We also have to learn from the video. So I'm also going to be sharing some 1 or 2 tips, some things that we need to know, especially the single ones, topics your partner have to discuss in terms of finances before you get married. And when you finally get married, how does it really work? How you can actually make it work? Because one of the things that I've discovered breaks marriages in this age and time, most of it is money related. Most of the times it's usually finance and sex that actually lead to that irreconcilable differences, and you find parties falling apart, apart from the fact that character issues come into place and all that. But most of the reasons why couples actually fall apart is always finances. Maybe one partner is lackadaisical or one way or the other. Maybe one doesn't have a job, one does not have a job, and before you know it, there's always argument about money and all that. So I'll be sharing with you guys how much we spend as a family of 3 now, how much we used to spend as a family of 2, and how we actually make our finances work. I'm not sharing this for you to now emulate. No, this is just what works for us and how we are trying to wingle it, and we keep on learning as couples. And so if you feel like there's anything that could work for your family, please feel free to pick, and if not, it's just for learning purpose. Do you get? So feel free to do what works for your marriage, feel free to do what works for your family, feel free to do what works for your relationship. So yeah, that being said, let's jump right into the video. How much do we spend as a family? That's a very big one. Currently, I'm just going to give you guys a breakdown of how much we spend as a family. At the end of this video, after I've tabled everything, I will try as much as possible total of how much we actually spend. To be honest, we are a couple, we are in partnership. When it comes to money, I try as much as, because my husband is the wise one when it comes to finances, I try to not know too much. Yeah, there's a reason for that. I try to not know too much because I'm very loose with money. I might not be saying the right figure, but I'll be giving you a rough idea. According to Odogu, because I had to ask him for these figures because I myself, I don't know. So I'll just tell you the ones I'm very sure of that comes out of my home pay slip. Or the other ones, my husband is the one that handles it. Usually we used to spend on rent and council tax is about £360 for a 2-bedroom apartment, in a military apartment. So this money is a bit subsidized compared to when you have to rent outside. So if you're in the army, those are some of the perks you get to enjoy. Because I am the one in the army, this money is taken from our account. The house is in my name, it cannot be my husband's name, so the money cannot be taken off his account. But currently we are now in a bigger house. We are in a 3-bedroom apartment because obviously we have a baby. Our house rent is about £8.33 per day, depending on the month. The month that is 30 days, the amount will be about £449 for rent alone. Days where it is 31 days, is going to be about £258 per month. So that is the amount to spend on rent. For council tax and rent, £500. That is what is going out from my account. NI is £130. Taxes is 301. Grocery for the month, it's about £400. We're not really big on food. It's about 350 as at last year. Now £400 because now obviously we have a child and we spend money on diaper, wipes. When we were in our former house, we used to go to church in Leeds, and so it's convenient for us to like pick 1 or 2 groceries from the African store. Now that the African store is really not close to us like that, and we no longer go to church in Leeds because there's a church close by of which we really love. So we're not really big on African food like that, except once in a while my husband just decides to go to the cooker shop to get like plantain, and I'm not really big on amala, about things like that. We don't eat that much because if we have a husband, we are skinny. For food we spend about 350 to 400 pounds per month. Gas and electricity, usually it used to be 178 pounds. Ever since I gave birth to my baby, the heating is always on. Just set it to the temperature it's supposed to, because I'm not very good with these things and I don't want my baby to die of cold. So we set it up on 20, and my husband tells me now that is about 145 pounds. Well, my husband has to travel to work, and fuel usually costs us about 400 pounds. Internet, so usually I think we were with Virgin Media in our previous house, and we were paying 25 pounds per month, but now we are with another network provider, which is Plus Nets, something like that, paying 27 pounds now. Car insurance, so some people pay their car insurance monthly, but for me I prefer to pay like yearly, because I found out like if you do yearly, it's much more cheaper. Amount I'm spending on insurance is 700 pounds per year, while my husband's car, and he spends about 580 pounds, while the road tax is 280 for him and it's 240 for me. I think MOT is about 40 pounds per year or 30 pounds. Then you have to think of breakdown recovery, which is about 30 pounds per year also. So the amount to spend on our car is about 1,000 pounds. So phone bills, so my phone, I'm paying about 54 pounds per month, and I've got things like Netflix, which is costing me about 5 pounds. I've got internet from my phone for me to be able to like make calls, which is about 10 pounds. All those all together cost me about 78 pounds 11. There's something I pay for which is called home insurance. So it's always advised that if you have a military apartment, you insure the things you have in it. So let's say for instance, God forbid, my house catch fire, insurance is going to pay me for the things in the house. That cost me about 9 pounds. Each time I move houses, I have to like update the address so they know. And if I do it yearly, it costs me about 180 pounds. My garage rent is between 30 to 31 pounds 50 every month. Another money that goes out of my account is my tithe. Sometimes I either paid my tithe from my net pay or from my gross pay. Hey, that you're supposed to pay your tithe from your net pay. So if I'm paying my tithe from my net pay, it's going to cost me about 257 pounds per month. When they tell you that when you start anymore, and that is when it becomes difficult for you to pay your tithe. No joke, guys. Imagine when you have to remove about 300 pounds for tithe every month. You are like, oh God, only you are that you won't collect all this money. But it takes discipline and the grace of God. God has been helping me to do the needful. So the total we finally spend, plus house, plus savings, plus everything that we spend as a family of 2, amounts to about 3,275 pounds. This money is going to increase because we have to like buy food for the baby. 3,275.86. That's a lot of money. Even though my savings, I know it's not negotiable, but I feel like, whoa, I'm actually spending more than I earn, of which I can do better. So another thing that goes out of my account is savings. I save about 800 pounds per month, and this money, guys, it increases as my salary increases. I try as much as possible to increase my savings. End of the day, I have account balance of about 50 to 100 pounds, of which I want to use to do baby girl. I want to buy some things for the baby. I want to buy some things for myself. Maybe I have like a PayPal or MS card that I am owing that I have to pay back, of which once my salary comes in, that money first of all goes out. Then I remove for the joint account. Then I remove my tithes. Then whatever is left is what we are going to manage with the support of Odogu, giving money to my parents with about 50 pounds monthly for them. And I hope that it goes, it increases. That is that on how much we spend as a family of 3. What do we actually mean by 50-50 in marriage? What I feel is 50-50 is, you don't want to explicitly say you are doing 50-50, but the truth is you are doing 50-50. Your husband does the grocery, you cook. Are you not contributing something? You are. Common sense, things that comes to you easily. Everybody is bringing 100%. There's nothing like 50-50. You are bringing 100% for whatever you earn. He is bringing 100% for from whatever he earns. What matters is you having an understanding of what your roles are, what you're supposed to do. I know that the baby needs food, I buy the food. He knows that the baby needs diaper, he buys the diaper. But it's joint effort. Even if it's not explicit, everybody is bringing their own 100% to make the marriage work. My husband does the grocery. Maybe he has a budget of £100. If I follow him to go do the grocery, we'll end up spending £200 because there's always something that I need. I know some people could be very stingy, and maybe in some relationship you have to explicitly say it, like, what are you bringing? What am I bringing? But whatever works for your marriage, please do as it works for you. For us, we don't need to like split the roles. Everybody has their common sense. We are both kind people that want the success of our marriage, of our relationship, and I feel like that is how it should be. I've had a friend that told me that he has to do house chores before leaving the house. That is what works for his family. But for me, in my household, there's no rules for what you have to do, because now people will start saying, I don't want to marry a man I'm going to be sharing the bills with. You want the man to do everything. It's fine, you can do everything, but you two, in your own little way, there's what is called common sense. We have the ISA, lifetime ISA, of which at the end of each year entitled to about £1,000 from the government if you've saved up to £4,000 a year, of which you cannot remove this money until you want to either get a mortgage. And another investment we are looking to work towards is getting a mortgage. We have a joint account. Joint account is not meant for household running. It's meant for businesses, for investments, for we having to like do bulk spending. Personally, for me, I've got lots of ways I save my money at credit union. You need quick money and you don't want to touch your money. Fix the money, get the interest, use it for whatever you want to use it for, and you're fine. Giving parents money is something you need to talk about before you get married. We didn't have that conversation because we are from two different backgrounds. My husband's family, you need to give his parents money because it's not their culture, it's not their thing. Even when we go to visit his parents give us money. I'm always the one saying, oh, let's buy this, let's do this, so that it's balanced. So because my husband doesn't have that mindset of giving parents money and I do, it was a bit of an issue, and each month I have to start explaining to him that we have to send money. But now I've come to understand that that's your family thing. I should not rub it on him. These conversations that singles have to have with their partners, especially if you guys have different backgrounds. Are we going to be giving money to our parents from a joint account, or is going to be individual? You give your parents money, I will give my parents money. This is conversations that you guys have to have, because before I feel like it has to be both of us that has to give money to my parents, but because it's not working as it should, and I feel like I'm slacking as a child, but because I don't have that conversation with my husband, and my husband, if you know us very well, we do everything together. If my husband doesn't say yes to something, there's 99% chance that thing will not get done. This is a conversation you have to have with your partner before you get married, so it doesn't become an issue when you get married. Where is the money going to come from? Is it from our joint account? Are we going to like put money together and to split at the end of the month to give to our parents, or everybody will sort their own parents out? So whatever works for your marriage, for your relationship, please do. Right there, we go on vacations. That is how we unwind mostly. We go on dates when we can, but right now it's really been difficult for us to like meet up with dates and unwinding, but we try our best because having a child, nobody told me it changes everything. Like, it changes everything. But thank God for the Holy Spirit. Thank God for having God as our foundation that helps us in this season. It really helps us, gives us understanding, gives my partner understanding to understand where we are at now and be able to like put the family needs before his own needs. I thank God for him, and I pray that everything continues to work together for our good. Thank you very much if you've watched to this very end. I pray the Lord continue to bless each and every one of us, continue to lift us up, to take whatever you think worthy of note for you. If you like this video, please like this video so it can reach more people. Share with your friends. Kindly subscribe to this channel and put on your notification bell. Till I see you in the next one, do well to check out other videos on finances. Bye for now, guys, and I love you.